formula show is about to begin. We're having a command performance here. As a command performance, I'm opening up my life box. Walking before you with my life box, all of you having your meals here today. Since you're here and I have a captured army, I want you all to view my life box. And in my life box, I have 4 items, 4 different substances on which most all life on Earth depends. Can you name the substances? Can you see that? What do you think? What's the first one? Water. All right, so he has identified water. What is the next substance that we need for life, most all life on Earth? Anybody? What do we have here? We already identified water. Oh, not dirt. This is soil. Don't treat your soil like dirt. Dirt's what you brush off your clothes. This is soil. We grow stuff in this. But yes, that was a very good one. So we have soil and we have water. We're missing 2 other things in this vial. What would we have in this vial? Air. There we go. Now this is the tricky one. Something will be happening to this jar that isn't happening as quickly to the other ones. What's going to happen to this jar? It looks empty, but something's going to happen to it. Even though it's empty, it's sealed. It has silver on the top, black on the side and the bottom. And in relationship to these other jars, what's going to happen to it? Oh, by the way, this is an interactive presentation. It's going to start, what? In the silver box, what's going to happen to it? It's going to start getting, what? Feel this one, and then feel that one. Feel this one. All right, now feel that one. Feel the jar. That jar, what's it feel? Is it warmer or colder? It's warmer. He says that jar is warmer. But why would that jar be warmer? Well, it's sealed for one thing. It's not open on the top. And for another thing, what's hitting it?
Warm air.
Warm air, and that air is warm, but more importantly than the warm air, if I hold my hand up and I shade that, will it get cooler? Is it cooler in the shade?
Yeah.
Why is it cooler in the shade? Because it blocks the sunlight. The sunlight is creating the energy that will warm this jar. So here we are in this life box. We have the 4 elements on which most all life on Earth depends. Sun, air, soil, and water. Now I say most because there are some things out there that don't depend on all 4. So, is it important to have good water? All right, I'm going to show you something else here. Where do you get your water from? The ocean? Around here? Where's the closest ocean?
Nowhere.
Lake Michigan? Oh, well, that's not an ocean. That's a freshwater sea is what it is. It's a freshwater sea, but we don't get our water from there. Do you know where our closest river is from here? Did you go over to the kids area? You want to? Well, yeah, because over by the kids area is that beautiful river. And guess what? That river is our drinking water source. That's where we get our drinking water from. Now here's the question. One of these jars has drinking water from a tap. The other one has river water. Which jar do you think has which? You say this is river water? You think this is river water? All right, how many of you think this one is the river water? Hold up your hands. All right, how many of you think that this is the river water? How many of you are not voting? Ah, you just voted. All right, so which one do you think is the river water? You think this one is? Indeed, this is the drinking water. This is the water sample I took from the river. I have a stain on that jar. I have to clean that. But this is river water drawn from that river just yesterday morning. What does the river look like when you look at it?
Mud.
It looks muddy?
No, it looks green.
It looks green. Green, well sometimes it looks muddy, but mostly it looks green. Why is this water green?
Because it's not very old.
Well, it was as old as the sample I took yesterday. Now the fact is, because I have such a small amount of it, it's not going to look very green because the light is passing right through it. When we look at the river, all this fine stuff that's in the bottom and in here in the water starts refracting the light from the sun back at us, and it's going to take on the color of all the stuff that's in the water. Oh, I have some, pardon me, ma'am, if they like activity books, we have activity books. Oh, anybody, any of them, anybody with the kids. All right, so anyway, that's what you're saying in the river is everything that's in the water. If I were to take this drinking water and pour it from the top of the hill across this ground, it's going to end up looking like the river water because of the same fine sediments. So we have to be careful with how we treat our water. If we want to make this drinking water, we got to keep all the stuff that pollutes it out of the water. Can you tell me anything that pollutes water?
Trash.
Trash. Nobody litters anymore, right?
Well,
Some people do. That is so 1880s. No, so we want to keep the trash off the ground and out of the river. How about anybody else? Anybody else come up with an idea to keep our water clean? Here's a big clue. Any of you have pets? Oh, do you have pets? Do you pick up the poop? Oh, if you don't do that, that's going to get into the drinking water.
I used that at the nose.
All right, well, hey, before you leave, I want to invite all of you kids to come up here and have an activity book. 3 activity books. By the way, I am Dr. I.C. Coldwater, and I give free presentations in Allen County for any group, education, church, whatever. So feel free to come up and talk to me if you like. Ask any questions about water, water resources. I'll take any comments also. Thank you very much. Next presentation at 1 o'clock.